Welcome to the CPM Customer Success Podcast, where we help Office of Finance leaders enable an exact solution to enhance their corporate performance without spending countless nights and weekends in the office. Hi, I'm your host, Andy Smetana with Nova Advisory. Nova Advisory is a 100% OneStream professional services diamond implementation partner. We help OneStream customers and prospective OneStream customers get the most out of their OneStream investments. And for CPM Customer Success listeners, we now have a weekly newsletter to keep you informed on the latest CPM Customer Success news. By subscribing today, we'll keep you informed on episode releases, including customer success stories, OneStream interviews, and capabilities to keep you up to date about OneStream's unified platform for finance. You can check that out now at Nova Advisory's website, novaadvisory.com/podcast, and subscribe to the CPM Customer Success Podcast newsletter today. We have this week on CPM Customer Success a special guest, Mark Nichols, who's the sales director with OneStream Software. Mark, welcome to CPM Customer Success. It's great to have you.
Thanks for having me, Andy. Appreciate being here.
Yeah,
Mark, really the support of the whole Nova team.
Well, wonderful. I'd love to partner with you, Mark. We both work out in the West Territory of the United States, and we can talk about that here in a moment when we hear more about you. Mark, I would love it if you could start us off by just telling us a bit about yourself, your career journey, and how you've come about coming to OneStream and the role you have at OneStream.
Yeah, great. So Mark Nichols, I'm a director in the West region and have about 6 reports that run around in the West working with clients and prospective clients, bringing them to the OneStream platform. I started my career in 1999 when I found a little company called Hyperion, and I sold for that organization for a number of years and met a lot of great people and really started my career in CPM. I'm here in Southern California, and I've been here since that time. And that's where my journey started. Once I left Hyperion before the Oracle merger, I went into management consulting and helped organizations deploy CPM solutions for, over 15 years. Met some great consultants and got to see a lot of different ways people implemented CPM. What I found was I was at a fluctuation point in my career where I wanted to make sure that I was looking for both a product that I could stand behind and a passion that I wanted to put my energy into. And I found OneStream, and a lot of my friends back from Hyperion and other CPM solutions that are out in the marketplace came to OneStream, and I found myself starting my career there. Yeah, that's my story, and just been loving it ever since. I've been with the organization for about 7 years now.
Yeah, I love the story. There's so many stories when I interview OneStream leaders like yourself of really prior work history, and it's almost like a family within the OneStream community, which I find really cool.
I couldn't believe the culture when I came to this organization. It was so vibrant and continues to be that way. That's what I love about the organization, and it really is transferring to our clients. Yep.
Yeah, the family vibe. So let's get into our topic here. We're going to talk about the Splash Conference, which is OneStream's really signature annual event conference for the OneStream community. It's for customers of OneStream, prospective customers. I'm going to steal your thunder if I go too far here in a second. But what I wanted to tie that back to was when you get at a large event like this, you really feel that family kind of vibe. But yeah, why don't we just dig into the topic? If you could, Mark, just describe OneStream Splash Conference this year. It's in Nashville.
Yeah.
It's a WAVE conference. Why don't you tell us a bit about its history and purpose?
Sure. So back when the organization first started, Bob and Tom and Craig and the founders of the organization brought together a small group of customers, right? When they first started, there was just a handful of customers a decade ago. Since then, or during that time, they wanted to make it all about the customer, getting together, listening to their journey with OneStream, developing and expanding the product line. And it was a small venue in a little theater And they'll probably splash this at the conference this year, where they started, all the way that the journey has continued and expanding that conference. We were in Vegas last year, in Europe and Asia Pac. So it's gone global. Thousands of people attend. And it's really, the purpose of it is all about the customer and the customer story. It's really for people to come, for customers to expand their knowledge base and expanding the platform usage. For prospective clients, it's really to understand our culture, why we're so passionate about customer success, and to lean in on the technology. So that's the role of Splash. And I'm so excited for it to be in Nashville because I've never been in such a great venue.
Anyone that's never been, I've been, I think, twice, and it is a wonderful experience for live music lovers, barbecue lovers, hot chicken lovers, all the above. It's just a beautiful city, and springtime will be amazing. So thanks for that background on Splash. It is a great event, and it's, as you touched on, Mark, great for both customers and prospective OneStream customers. I love what you said and emphasize customer success. There's a reason we call this CPM. Here is all about helping customers achieve their success. So maybe you could tell us a little bit more about how Splash is a great event for both customers and prospects.
Yeah, it's unique in the sense that you can talk to people, you can hear directly from their customers and their testimonials. You can hear firsthand how they developed, how they rolled out the solution, their journey. And these are typically finance professionals, right? They've made that leap to say yes to OneStream. And what was it like from the beginning to where they are with their journey? So it's a really great place to maximize the experience and the investment they put into that time. And customer stories are what it's all about.
Yeah, and there's plenty of customer stories. And Innovative Advisory has a customer spotlight with Morton Salt this year. So I'll encourage listeners, I'll put a plug in on Wednesday afternoon. It is how Morton Salt's kind of expanded their platform, started with closing consolidations and moved to sales and operational performance. So encourage all of you to check that out. Tips for attendees. So I'm curious, there's specific kind of content and themes offered every year. Could you share a bit about what folks should expect to hear and see in Nashville?
Yeah, so we've really curated an experience for different types of audience. So if you're a first-time prospective client, I always say, come to our hands-on workshop. So there's specific workshops where you can start working with the platform and just see how easy it is to navigate and roll out for your company. For those that are customers, there's tracks specifically for accounting, FP&A, administrators, even executive tracks. And certainly a large emphasis is going to be on our AI capabilities. And it doesn't mean you have to stay in that track, but we curate those events so you can really stay focused at the conference. So there's a lot to see, but really you can take a path that really fits your persona as an organization.
Yeah, really customize it to what their interests are. And like you said, you can branch out and create your own mini paths within the overall conference. It's super flexible. There's an app every year, and it's very easy to use and navigate.
Yep.
So yeah, let's talk about networking. So every conference, there's the peer content, like you touched on, the opportunities to get on and see the product, but there's also networking and learning opportunities. Yeah. So maybe you could tell us about how you recommend folks to approach networking, how attendees can really engage with OneStream experts, engage with OneStream partners like Nova Advisory, just to help tackle their unique needs.
Yeah, I think one of the things that we do is we have get-togethers with different verticals. So if you're in oil and gas or you're in consumer retail, you can engage with your peers that way. So a lot of times we think about that in lunch breakout sessions. The partners, and I saw your presentation from last year, I believe it, Ace Hardware.
Ace Hardware was there, yeah.
I actually brought my daughter to that event, and she is now a OneStream administrator for a company. So she started her journey there. Seeing you guys on stage and the customer telling their story really inspired her to take the leap and joined the administration ranks with an organization. So that was pretty cool.
Really cool.
Yeah. So there's the little things that you can do to make the engagement unique. That there's also Splash Night Out on Thursday, where we are very focused on. Our theme is Space Cowboys, and in that we dress up and we're very serious about it. So it's a great way to interact with different people in a fun environment. So don't be afraid to wear a costume.
Thanks for the tip. And you're serious when you say the OneStream community brings their best.
That's true.
You almost feel out of place if you don't dress up. So I encourage you to do.
My first year, I brought a costume and I was very timid. I'm like, boy, did I choose the right thing? And then I saw people competing. It's really fun, breaks down barriers. And there's a lot of different ways to do that in getting together with your account executive from the sales organization or your customer success advocate to really make that experience an important one and meaningful for your journey.
Yeah, awesome. Let's talk about some more aspects. So there's always an expo hall, of course, and I know that product demonstrations you touched on earlier, Mark, are part of that. So what should attendees look out for? Anything unique this year about the expo hall and kind of product demonstrations available?
Yeah, so we'll have, and now one of the things they do is they don't unveil everything to me. So it's really exciting when you hit the expo hall. You're going to see hands-on demonstrations. So you can walk up and demonstrate, get one-on-one with a solution consultant and look at every aspect of the platform. So you can tell them your unique business problem, have them demonstrate that back to them. And then the partner expo hall or the partner engagement in the expo hall is second to none, because you can bring your business problem and you have experts like yourself that you can go into their booths, talk about their business challenges, see and hear real world examples of how it would be done, how they would approach that, hear their customer stories and great tchotchkes all along the way.
Everyone's got to have tchotchkes. So yeah, we'll have a huge booth. Nova Advisor's got the biggest, I think it's like a 30-foot booth, Mark. So
awesome.
You can't miss us this year. So please come check us out. And it is fun to talk with folks. And what I love about it is you have to really bring your game, because you never know what the business challenge might be. And you have to be ready to think on your feet.
Yep. So agreed.
Awesome. And product demos, the solution consultants OneStream has, they're all amazing. I have just been thoroughly impressed, and you can throw any problem at them, of course. What's cool about OneStream, and we've talked about this and spoken about almost weekly on CPM Customer Success, is since OneStream's a platform, you could throw any type of close and consolidation or financial planning and analysis type problem at one of the solution consultants. It's one platform. They'll be in OneStream and be able to show and illustrate use cases to address your needs. There's no doubt in my mind.
Yep.
So you see tons of demos. Mark, your role, you're probably in a demo. You probably have to decide which demos you're going to participate in. Do you have any kind of tips or advice for folks of how to get the most out of those kind of demonstrations? What questions are the most effective to really for them to ask?
Yeah, I always love to have the SCs when they're demonstrating product, whether it's being an FP&A or helping organizations close the book, is really talk about what does it mean to be a unified platform? What is that? Show me the core capabilities that in one application brings together an accounting organization and a finance organization and operations. How is that represented in the product? You start, as you looking through those demos, you're looking at the UI and how you're envisioning how your end users would interact with the software. But that unification message is really important. And how do we do this all in one application as opposed to separate, disparate applications that really breaks up an organization? It's one finance org. That's the theme that I would ask to leverage in or weigh in on when you're doing individual functional demonstrations.
And it's really OneStream's core differentiator if you look at the marketplace. And we've done a number of compete episodes. of other CPM products. And yeah, I love the suggestion, get hands-on and see how unification in one platform works within OneStream. Cool. There's another key aspect that I know everyone's talking about AI these days. They have been for the last couple of years now. And this is a core theme of OneStream, and OneStream continues to make investments. So maybe you could elaborate on what should we expect to see. There's, I think, an AI hub planned for the expo hall.
Super cool.
Yeah.
It was great in Vegas when I went through that hub. So you expect something similar. I'm excited to see what they have. But you think about OneStream and our AI capabilities are built on the platform, which is unique in the capabilities. We're going to be demonstrating that. Think about it as a simple AI or sensible AI portfolio of services where you can look at both forecast capabilities, what we're calling studio and agents. It's really in those three categories. I won't talk about the ladders, but I'll let that for the attendees to come to the expo and really see firsthand. So it's really exciting things. But forecasting we've been doing for a number of years and have actually started building the solution 6 years ago. So this isn't a new topic for us. What we're seeing right now is real world use cases coming back, and you're going to see these firsthand in forecast accuracy. Right now, with giving guidance in the market, forecast accuracy is first and foremost into every customer's mind. You're going to see how OneStream has increased the accuracy of the financial forecast and decreased the number of hands that it takes to create that. And that's a learning curve for finance professionals. And it's an adoption that we're seeing very rapidly in the marketplace and in our customers. I have customers that have certainly been using budgeting and forecasting in OneStream for a number of years now. But now we're seeing them take that next leap where they're starting to inform those finance professionals and really helping navigate that area. One of my clients that's local to Southern California, it's about a $50 billion distributors of technology products and services. They took the journey of OneStream 4 or 5 years ago. They presented at Splash. They started with actuals, really focused on their close efforts, quickly went to creating or deploying over 1,100 users and account reconciliations. In that same year, they started their budgeting and forecasting product or roadmap, bringing it all together with profitability. And they've created this journey in OneStream, right? In one application. It's really cool to watch this global organization use the platform. Now they've taken that next leap, right? They're not sitting still because they know a touchless forecast is coming. For some organizations, they're not there yet, but it's not a matter of if you're going to be deploying AI, it's when. So get on. We have got a perspective on this to inform finance users. They've taken the journey. They saw huge benefits. And if you see me at Splash, I'll be happy to introduce them in person. So
yeah, it's really amazing technology. I've seen product demos, not the latest and greatest, probably they'll be released here at Splash because there's always surprises, as you mentioned.
Yep.
But there's really interesting use cases where customers are deploying the technology. They're learning more about what drives their own business behaviors, what's more predictive about their own forecasts, which helps them avoid surprises. It's really amazing technology.
It's gone beyond what I call the marketecture out there. Is it true? Does it really work? And you're going to hear firsthand from customers and how it works, how they deployed it. And we call this sensible because it's approachable. It's low code, no code capabilities within the portfolio. So finance professionals can deploy this within their domain. So really cool stuff and exciting opportunities for customers and prospective clients.
Yeah, so definitely listeners, check out that. You'll see it in the expo hall. And like you said, come find Mark or really anyone with the OneStream short or come by and see us at Nova Advisory's booth. So yeah, let's just come back to the partner aspect. So the partners will have booths. I just touched on Nova Advisory will have a big presence there, of course. We would love to invite folks to come by our booth and chat with us about their unique challenges and how OneStream could be a fit in their journey. But I'm curious of your thoughts. What would you ask partners if you're sitting in the customer or prospective customer's shoes as they walk around that expo hall, Mark?
Yeah, it is a lot to take in, but as you talk to partners, and I used to be an implementer before coming to OneStream, so helped run a services organization, firsthand stories directly from the consultant that's working in the field, very important. You want to get a cultural fit. That's really important because you're going to bring this organization to meet your finance org and help you take this vision that you're thinking about all the way through to completion and rollout. So that synergy between a consulting firm and the customer is paramount. So those are the types of questions. Can you envision this organization sitting across the desk from you? Can they take that unique business challenge, turn it into a deployment strategy? How they've done that for other organizations. And the other one I always think about is you're going to spend some time with this organization on their deployment. Do I want to hang out with this person? Do I get along with them? Are they knowledgeable? You're going to have a lot of interaction time. So can I sit across the table from them and
enjoy each other's company? Yep.
Yeah, I think it's very important.
That's why I love these conferences. You have a chance to get insight and to meet folks face to face. And I always like to tell customers or prospective customers as well, just trust your gut, just have conversations and you'll find the right match. And certainly No Advisory hopes that we're a part of that journey. So fantastic. This has been real helpful for me to get ready. I'm getting more and more excited out by the day here. We're about 2 weeks out from the conference itself. But let's fast forward and think about post-conference action plans, because I've always found I get the most out of a conference if I really am intentional about what I want to learn before and look and seek that out, because that helps me just find those connections, find the things I'm looking to learn. Yep. But also post-conference, what are recommendations? What should prospective customers or customers really do or be doing or thinking about to keep up their momentum and help sell a OneStream program internally within their organization?
Yeah, really great question. So either if you're expanding your use case of OneStream or your prospective client, bring back an idea back to your organization, you got to have some business justification. So one of the unique services that we offer at OneStream is our value transformation group. And what we've done is we benchmark our clients before and after implementation, and we looked at the efficiency and effectiveness. We've got a core group of people that can help you through that journey. So if you engage that group, and it's a free service, can help you put some business justification for the value that not only you receive from OneStream or that you could receive that other people have enjoyed. Mitch is one of my local value consultants. He does an amazing job with both our customers and rest of prospective clients and interacting with executive audiences to help you take your idea through transition and get the dollars it would take to make that come to life and enable your project.
Fantastic. We had Mitch Turner, as you mentioned, Mitch, on a prior episode of CPM Customer Success just at the beginning of this year. I will put in the episode notes. I don't have the episode handy, so bad podcast host. I'll put that in the show notes, though.
Yeah, Doug Oversaw and Mitch Turner, hidden gems within the organization.
Fantastic. So I think that's about a wrap, Mark. I am excited to come meet you, see you at Splash Conference. If our listeners would like to get in touch with you or find you at the conference themselves, how can they reach out?
Yeah, I'm on LinkedIn, Mark Nichols and mnichols at onestream.com. Get a hold of me. I'll help you navigate the conference and maybe introduce you to some of my clients. So
fantastic. I look forward to it, Mark. And thanks so much for joining CPM Customer Success today. And we'll see you here in a couple of weeks.
All right. Thanks, Andy. Take care now.
Thanks again for joining today's episode of CPM Customer Success. And a reminder, check out the CPM Customer Success weekly email newsletter to stay informed of the latest CPM Customer Success episodes and OneStream news. You can check that out at Nova Advisory's website, novaadvisory.com/podcast, and subscribe to the CPM Customer Success newsletter today. Thanks again for listening, and I'll catch you next week for another episode of CPM Customer Success.